Hello and welcome back to another Bomb Bad Tactic Battle Report. Let's dive right in with some lists. I wanted to get Rift Hampson and his box on the table, and I was thinking, okay, do I go with Grievous or do I go with Dooku? I went with Dooku here in the end. He brings a lot of force economy, which should be handy. Also, he has that revenge trigger for secondaries and primaries, which usually against Separatists, you're just killing supports anyway, but, someone like Nosuri or even Riff, kind of squishy, juicy targets for the enemy, so we can punish them a little bit with Dooku. I stuck with Django as the secondary there just to keep it as a 2-box thing. You could put in someone like Kraken if you really wanted to, but I thought, hey, it would be good to have some diceless displacement in the list with Capture Wire. And then B1s are there so that, when the B1s or the Aqua Droids attack, there's a possibility to get an expose on the defender before Rift comes in for his follow-up. Now, on the other side of the board, I recently painted up Kit and wanted to get him on the table, and this felt like an appropriate, thematic time because we're leading into the aquatic tag on the Separatist side. Kit can kind of fit in a lot of places. He's just kind of a very standalone guy, but I figured, hey, get some more Delta Squad, keep it thematic, show off some new stuff. And they do like supporting Fire Dash. I like them a lot with ARF in some lists, like an Anakin or a Mace build. But here we'll do that with Kit's supporting Fire Dash instead, and he'll just be a very sturdy guy who could sit on objectives for us. Alrighty, so the Separatists got first player and they went with shifting. I decided to take this side of the table, so we've got some ingress here. Of course, the double ones in the high ground tower. We've got one here, 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 and over here. And right there. So I took this side because I've got a couple different options for getting up to this objective. This one, it looks like this one's a bit more favorable in one sense, because it's closer to the ladder, but you can still, once you deploy or once you go range 1 from this, you should still be in range 2. So it's kind of similar in that regard. And having this ladder a little closer means it's going to be a bit easier to maybe climb up, hit the ladder, and come to the top. This over here is a pretty good spot for someone like Dooku to come hang out. So I put him over there, figured that was a good spot for him to protect. Whereas someone like Riff, with all his verticality, could really make some work happen over on this side of things. So we'll see how that goes. Now, as far as the Republic, I was really debating which side to put where. Because on one hand, I thought someone like Kit Fisto would be really nice to have over here where there's lots of attacks happening. If he's on the same side as Django, then that's not super helpful because Django just ignores the steadfast and capture wires him away. But in the end, I decided to put the squads like this because like Delta, they've got a bit more mobility to get to these tall objectives, but also maybe they can deep strike and hit Nosuri, get him wounded, make those extra dice cost more. Though maybe the Separatists won't mind too much getting the revenge trigger and still being able to pay for it potentially with all of Dooku's force. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll get some choices, but we'll live and learn. We got recon enemy positions for our first layout. So we've got that little zigzag. Let's get going. Aqua Droids starting things off for the Separatists. Not terrible, I think. I mean, we can get up here for sure. With a climb, maybe we can get in range to do some shooting. So let's give it a shot. We'll start by paying 1 force for their dash and focus. So we'll dash, hit the ladder. One guy is going to come over this way. And then the other guy is going to come over this way. Now, here's the big question. Oh, yes, I don't think they would have done this if they were small bases. So sometimes, big bases are an advantage. So that's a climb. And then this guy's going to climb as well. Well, not climb. Advance. Both are doing move actions. And we will double check if we can shoot some people. So this guy is a little out of range. This guy does have range on 7 Scorch. Not on Fixer, unfortunately. And yeah, Scorch is not contesting. That's why I kind of had to deploy off to the side here to make Sev fit. So he won't have protection and steadfast. So it's either get one shot or we just take a hunker for extra extra range defense. I think we're just going to go ahead and take the shot. So let's do 8 dice. This guy shooting down into Scorch there. All right, so that's going to be just 4 hits, I believe. Yeah, not the best ranged expertise. They'll roll 5. They block 3, so only 1 gets through. Hey, that's still 2 damage. That might come in handy later. We'll have to see. Boom, boom. But we've got some bodies on objectives. Hopefully that can give us a good start here on shifting. Alrighty. Who do we get for the Republic? It's Boss. Okie dokie. Boss seems very handy here because I think he should be able to deal with at least one of these Aquadroids. Not really both, but we'll see. So he's going to start by dashing all of his friends. Now, there might be a lot of competition here, so we're going to just dash him first to make sure he has a spot at the top of this ladder. And then let's send maybe Scorch up here. And then, yeah, we're definitely not going to have... So now the good thing is these guys are at least both contesting. And then Fixer is just going to come over this way. Alrighty. So this is very nice. Now we're going to be getting 2 extra dice from Fixer. Let's advance. Yeah, because if we advance over this way, I probably should have been a bit more aggressive if I had thought about it here. But just as far as getting the right angle in case I need a double shove. But I think single shove will be good enough. So he's going to go like this. And then he's in his rapid fire stance. He might as well just take a punch, I believe. Yeah, we'll stick with that. So 6 dice. Fixer is going to add 2 more. So that's an 8 dice melee into this Aqua Droid. That's going to be 5 hits and a crit. All right, not bad. They're only rolling 4 defensive dice. They are blocking 2, so 4 getting through. Ooh, that makes things kind of interesting because we could get a free active from Boss. Well, we're going to start with the first 2 spots on the tree at least. Make sure that we can get this guy off the platform with just the 1 shove. Ooh, being a little sloppy there. We will follow that up. Let's do this properly. Because I don't want to go too close to the edge, make it too easy to be shoved off. So now the question is whether we want this free active. If we use this free active, we could maybe target our own objective, get our guys dashing upwards, or we could target, say, this objective to, again, get a little bit of extra movement for guys like Fixer and Rex. The question is, if Fixer climbs right now, let's say he uses his tactic on someone else, it would be awfully tight whether or not he would be able to get into range of this, but maybe he could shoot first. Let's see. I think we'll just pop a couple extra damage onto the Aquadroids, probably. We really want to wound Separatist supports, so we'll just pick this middle objective. As long as it... Ooh, okay. We might not actually have it, though, within range 3 of a clone. Oops. Yeah, we do not. So, that is an ineligible one. Alrighty. In that case, we will still take the free active. Unfortunately, I'm not in range for the heals, so it'll be a total of 4 damage down to 3. And then we will pick this objective. Fixer is going to come up this way, but stay out of engagement. Oops, in case he wants to climb one day. And also kind of staying out of line of sight in some ways. And then Rex is going to get a dash as well because he was also within range 2 of this objective. We don't want him to take any damage. So we're not, I mean, we could have blown up our own objective. Hunter or Boss doesn't care too much about damage, but I still would like him not to get damage. And some extra movement is really nice. And they both get hunkers. Unfortunately, no healing from Rex on those hunkers. So we will flip into Wet Work with Boss for some extra crit mitigation. Oh, here I go. I'm very bad about. We've got these new abilities from Riff, so we should have done Blood in the Water after that attack from the Aqua Droids because it's free, and why not? So gets him up the board, gets him in position. Unfortunately, we are just short of getting to that ladder. Unfortunately, but he's there at least, so he is closer to the action now. Yeah, that's his big thing. We don't want to be forgetting that. Okay, so Boss has scored 2 for the Republic. How are the Separatists going to answer? They have Dooku. Well, we would be kind of nice to go and try to retake that objective, but honestly, going and sitting Dooku right on this spot seems pretty nice to me. So let's get going with that strategy. Let's move a B1 closer to the middle with his tactic. Well, actually, first Dooku will be the one who dashes. Whee! So he dashes up there, sends a B2 up here, B1. Ugh, I'm all over the place. I don't think I'm going to get a Force Lightning on anybody, so we're just going to take cover. Dooku's great at defending in melee. Like, no one really wants to attack him in melee, so if they now want to shoot him, he'll have even more defense. And he's going to advance up to here. So, not a very exciting turn. We'll flip into Makashi, but the whole thing is we have a nice sticky body over on this objective now for Dooku. So, score 3 for the Separatists. What will the Republic do? Kit Fisto. Oh, darn it. See, if we had not gone with Dooku, then the Republic could come and sit Kit Fisto there and have a really sticky body. Kit himself is not going to be a great guy to deal with Dooku because he'll punch Dooku and then Dooku will come right back to him. Unless we can pin Dooku, but no, we're not in range. So I think, I don't have a lot of force. I don't really want to be paying to reserve, but I think we might have to do that unless we just eat a pretty bad turn. But if we score only 2 again, we're opening the door for Separatists to come and score 4, which we really don't want. So yeah, we'll pay for Kit, unless, yeah, because he's kind of out of range to go and attack these Aqua Droids. So yeah, we will pay to reserve Kit. And instead, we're going to have to go with Rex. Okay, that's fine. We can make do with Rex. So here's what we're going to do with Rex. We will use his tactic to start moving Kit up the battlefield, because that will then open up some possibilities for Kit to maybe, go sit on the middle. So yeah, let's start pulling him this way. If we need to hold him till the next struggle, then maybe this will be an active objective. So Kit gets his hunker. Then Rex is going to pay 1 to get his hunker back with a defensive maneuver. Oh, actually, you know what? We won't do the defensive maneuver yet. Since I'm going to start with a shot anyway, maybe I'll get a couple shoves. That's the idea. And then I can just climb. Save myself some force. Though being up here with a hunker for that steadfast wouldn't be terrible. But let's see what happens. So we're going to attack there, adding 2 dice from Fixer, since Rex, of course, is a clone. So that's going to be a 9 dice attack into that Aqua Droid. That is a terrible attack from Rex. 5 fails, but he is going to get 5 hits at least, so that's something. The Aqua Droids. Ooh, blocking 3. Very nice. But we do get those 2 shoves that we were looking for. So, first shove. Oh, this is awkward. Okay. Let's shove them back straight that way, just to make sure we get them off the elevation. Rex will follow up. Then we're going to shove. Yeah, that's not going to work, so we'll just shove straight back again. Maybe this will kind of mess Riff up on the ladder. I don't know. Follow up the shove again. And then, if I want to be real cute, I could just take cover, but sitting down there with steadfast isn't super useful. So we're going to climb up to there. And we're going to save the force, I think. We won't spend for defensive maneuver for a hunker. We're already where we want to be. We'll just chance it a little bit. So we'll take that and score 3 for the Republic. What do we get for the Separatists? Shatterpoint. Alrighty, I think this is a battle. We're showing off Riff's squad. Let's get Riff right into the mixer, because we've still got a B1 activation coming up, so they can make him attack again potentially. Kind of gets him in position, so we can see what he does. Unfortunately, it's a little bit awkward in that I want to switch into his other stance, which is better at shooting, but I'm going to be in melee. Oh well, so we're starting with an advance from a move action, then we're going to pay 1 for death from below. So up he comes. Whee! Boom. Then we're going to flip into cruelty, because the shove is easier, and we're going to punch Rex, and we're going to get 1 extra die, I believe, from Nusseri. Yeah, because he's a little bit out of range. So plus 1 die. And this also sets up more dice in the future by having more aquatic dice in the middle of the board. So that's going to be 6 up to 7. See, good thing we didn't get that hunker on Rex. It would have been useless. That was a fail. That is going to be 4 hits and a crit. What will Rex do about that? Ooh, just 1 block from Rex. Real not a good roll. Okay. So that leaves us with 4 down Rift's tree. He's not in range to heal up his Aqua Droids, so we'll go across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, strain, double shove, and a jump. So, shove number 1. Then we will, I don't know, follow up, and then we jump. So we'll just kind of sit, I guess we'll sit here, maybe kind of body block this ladder. And then we'll do our second shove. That's really getting our Aqua Droids engaged, but maybe not a big issue. It keeps Rex away from the objective, which is maybe not super important. Ooh, and actually, it's plus 2 damage because we use death from below, so that's going to go up to a whole 7 damage with a strain. That's very nice, because now Rex is not going to want to do any sort of reactives or movement, because that will wound him. So that's very nice. Just a simple walk up and hit somebody turn, but hopefully it sets us up well for the future. We'll take that point, score 3 for the Separatists. Now, is this time for Kit Fisto to try to do his thing? We were kind of trying to block him out at that ladder. Okay. We wouldn't be able to pin Mr. Tampson, but we could still force speed climb. We'd probably have a good angle to shove him away. Maybe shove him away from all these active objectives here. Yeah. I'm not sure Kit's going to do like super great stuff otherwise, so let's activate him. He'll lose his hunker. We will pay 1 to use force speed. Then we're going to then we're going to use our action to jump up here. What angle do we want? Riff's in a tough spot where he's probably going to take 2 shoves. I guess we'll go to this other side. Okay. And we're going to swap into Shicho, of course, because that's where we get the shoves, and that's where we want to be defending in anyway. 7 dice, no coordinated fire, makes me sad. But oh well. What have we got? That's going to be 2 crits and 4 hits. 2 crits and 4 hits going into 5 dice from Riff. Riff is going to block 3. Okay, so we're going to get 3 through for Kit Fisto, which is going to be double shove and disarm with 3 damage. That disarm's actually really nice, because obviously Riff likes to punch things, and if he's disarmed, that will hurt a lot less. But of course, it's the double shoves we really wanted for the objective game here. So we're going to start by shoving him right into the corner. The question is, do we follow up? I think we do. We follow up like this, and then we bonk into him, which is kind of body blocking ourselves. I'm just thinking it's maybe a better angle the way they are attacking, and we know that there's space for one body here if someone wants to come up the ladder from our side. And then the second shove will take him down there. That unfortunately does engage Fixer, but I guess he'll have to deal with it. He loses his hunker. Not ideal, but we have Steadfast Kit on this objective now. Score 3. Back the other way with the Separatists. It's going to be no siree. Okay. I don't think I really want to go with him now. Yeah, I don't really want to toss him up here and get him wounded and also have him out of the deck. He is quite squishy. I think I'm just going to pay 1 to reserve him right now. We're getting a little low on force, but our regen should start happening once we get a kill, maybe Rex or something. Though I am realizing when I activated Dooku, I should have dashed Nosiri up instead of this B1, just to have more of his aura and maybe some more extra dice. So that was a bit of a mistake. Instead, we get Django. That's actually pretty good. He'll burn a decent amount of force for us, but he can displace Kit Fisto. So we're just going to advance with Django. So he's got to sit down up there. Then he's going to focus for the jump. That'll just save us some force. Because I am down at 3, and while I think I'm going to start regenning, well, I only have, like, Nosiri doesn't need any on his turn. B1s don't need any on their turn. Riff only needs 1. Screw it. Okay, we'll say we pay for the jump, and then we'll still have an action left to attack at the end of all that. So we're going to start by paying 1. Oh, right, I still have to pay 1 more. Ha 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 ha. Pay 1 for Capture Wire. We'll send Kit down there with a pin. Goodbye. And then we might as well... he's not a great guy to shoot at. Do we shoot at Kit or do we shoot at Rex? Let's shoot at Rex, I think. And is he still within 4 of Riff? He is. So Riff would get a force regen if we manage to get the kill. So 6 dice, and we're going to add 3, because this is a Separatist Alliance character. So there are currently, we've got all of our aquatic guys within range 5, and we've got the line of sight. So that's no problem. So 9 dice Django is pretty spicy. That is going to be 1, 2, I think he's actually triple crit. No, he's 2 crits and hit. So that's going to be 4 crits and 4 hits. Not a fail in there. Rex is going to be a dead man. Yeah, 2 blocks. Oh, I guess we could have, if we'd really wanted to, we could have used his new not so fast, but wasn't going to do a whole bunch there. All right, we're going to get so much force regen now. 2 blocks, so full tree for Rex. Unfortunately, we've already used both of our active abilities, so we might as well go along the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage into Rex. Just a smooth one-shot. Actually, 11 damage, because we double up on that strain. We're going to get 2 jumps in there, so a jump, then a shove, then a jump. Let's just send him back this way, so we'll kind of jump back, shove him away. Oh, no, actually, no, we're not going to shove him away because we don't want to keep him too far from our man, Riff Tamsin. Because why have only some force regen when you can have all the force regen? So, Django, let's just do the same thing we've been doing. We'll say we use both jumps to get him up to here. Then, he is going to... Oh, we could also... No, I don't think there's a spot where we can really use the heals. Unfortunately. Though, are we going to be in range? Yes! We'll be in range of Riff Tamsin. So, now we're going into the after wound category of triggers. So since I just wounded a secondary unit, I will refresh one force, and Django's going to do 2 heals. He's going to take a damage and be disarm off Riff Tamsin. And then Riff is going to refresh one force for his identity. So we're back to 3 force. We're doing great. Yeah, good thing we just bit the bullet. Of course, the whole point of this list is we have a bunch of force to spend. So yeah, I just got to get into the habit of spending it. There is no revenge trigger from the Republic side. That will be that, scoring 3 for the Separatists. And a wounded Rex is very sad for us. Now, a Shatterpoint for the Republic side. Ooh, how spicy do they want to get? What could they do? I'd love to be able to flip a few objectives, but I don't know if I'm seeing anything that would really allow me to do that. Alrighty, so I've been looking at it, measuring a little bit, and I'm not seeing a great Shatterpoint play as far as taking kind of multiple objectives right now. Um, boss is not quite in range. Like the way a boss thing works to try to like get these two isn't going to quite work because these guys are alive. The 3 things in my deck are either 212, 7 Scorch, or Fixer. All of those have some okay answers for me if I want to activate them. So as much as I hate spending force on this is why I love the Windu version of this list. I'm going to shuffle it back. Okay, instead I get the 212. That's going to be just fine. So what we're going to do with them, we will not shoot Dooku probably because that seems foolhardy. What we might want to do is get Riff pinned. The thing is, we kind of are going to need some shoves, but if we shoot Dooku a couple times, I don't think we're going to get those shoves. And I would just love to not have to spend force right now. Okay, well, as much as I kind of dislike it, I think we're going to, I can't remember if I shuffled this or not, we're going to spend the force for defensive maneuver. Gross, 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 I don't like it. And we're both going to dash. And dash. In which case, do we shoot Dooku so that we can go onto this objective and not lose our hunker? Potentially, but first let's shoot, let's send one shot at least into Sharkman. So let's add 3 extra dice from all our friends nearby, so a 9 dice attack into him. That is a lot of fails. Come on, Republic, you gotta do better than this. So it's just going to be 3 crits, which is not bad. He does have crit mitigation potentially, but he does not roll enough expertise. So 3 crits coming through. That's going to be 2 damage, a shove, which isn't really going to do anything, and an expose, and a pin. That pin is the main thing we were really looking for. And the expose ain't bad if someone, maybe once these guys are wounded and they're less of a threat, maybe we blow them up. And then the next shot, sure, we'll go into Dooku. Oh, it's not going to go well, but we'll try. 6 dice. Yeah, wow, half fails again. Just 3 hits. Dooku is rolling 5. He's going to block 3. Nothing gets through. So we're going to lose that hunker that we paid for because we're all just going to walk up and contest this objective. So this guy will sit here. No, I won't bother with doing everything all proper. That guy's going to sit there. We will flip this objective that I think I never actually put the token out for. Yep. And score 3. Alrighty. Is now a good time for Nusri? He could come up here and then shoot boss and then feel sad about life if he can't get the double shove, which seems difficult. It's not ideal. So let's see what we get here. B1s. Okay. Well, they'll probably just come over here and shoot the 212 a couple times, see if maybe we can stack some damage. Are we already in range? This guy maybe is. This guy definitely isn't. So we'll start with the move. One guy coming up here. This next guy come around here, and we're looking for 2 successes down the tree to get some repositions. We can go a little further. Alrighty, so let's start with, let's say this guy into that clone. We'll save the extra aquatic dice for... No, we might not get any aquatic dice, actually, because I don't think Riff has line of sight to either of them. And the aqua is out of range. So very sad. Okay, it's just going to be 2 7-dice attacks. Let's start with this guy. Ah, well, that will do it. 2 crits and 4 hits. Okay, just 2 blocks. Oh dear, the Republic is getting toasted here. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage with an expose. Well, first we'll do the reposition, and then we're going to do a shove. So this guy's going to reposition, let's just say back to here, and then we will shove this guy like this. That should make things nice and easy for the next B1 to attack. So, of course, now that we're definitely gonna, well, no, we're not gonna. Currently, it's 2-2 still, because I think this guy's still contesting. Part of me was like, oh, maybe I could go shoot someone else. No, we'll just shoot these guys again, try to get them wounded. If these 2/12 are wounded, it's going to be very hard for the Republic to ever control this objective. So 6 dice, boom shaboom. That's going to be also no fails. That's going to be 5 hits and a crit into an exposed 2/12. Those are 2 cocked dice, so I will reroll those. What did I say? 5 hits and yeah, because it was yeah. So 6 results. They block 2. That's going to be another 4 down the tree. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 with a exposed strain and a reposition. And these guys are wounded. The reposition will just come in here. Actually, in that case, with that reposition, we will come back and at least guard this objective a little bit because we've got 2 bodies to none over there. So, yeah, we've got this. The unit that got wounded is unfortunately outside range of Riff. Very sad. Maybe if I had, yeah, if I had like repositioned and taken the shove, but I don't think it's worth it for what we're looking for right now. Alrighty. So, Separatists take this, and we're going to score 1, 2, 3. Republic is down to 1 force, not in a great position. How are they going to respond? Fixer. Okay. So let's see. We know they've got Riff left. So Riff's just going to come up and punch Fixer potentially. I'd like to shoot someone else. No, we can shoot these guys, I guess. That's fine. But I think I might have to use his tactic on himself because he is engaged and won't be able to climb with where he is right now. So, but actually, I can't just climb to this ladder. That's not going to do enough for me. Oh, actually, yeah, I might not be in a position where I can actually threaten Django, unfortunately. Oh, and actually, if I had thought about it, Rex would have already had his hunker on his turn because when he climbed, he should have gotten the reactive hunker from Fixer. Not that it mattered. But, let's see. Yeah, Fixer's not in a good spot here because of Riff and because of what Django is doing. Is there enough space if I came directly backwards? Yes, but then I don't double shove. So I would come backwards, shoot Django, shove him a bit, and then advance to follow up onto the objective. But that might honestly be my best strategy. I'm looking to see if I can use that supporting fire dash, but it's not really working. So he'll heal himself. There's nothing to heal around him, unfortunately. So he's using the tactic on himself, comes back here, then he will shoot Django. I don't want to pay a force for the pin, so I'm just going to get 2 dice from my Delta Squad friends. So 8 or 9 dice into Django. Okay, that's better than things. Oh, that's still a lot of waste. Two crits. Um. Oh no. Okay, no, he has more of a Rex expertise. Okay, that's actually pretty good then. That's four crits and two hits, and Django can't do anything about crits, so he gets six blocks. Oh boy. Okay, four crits is actually great. I was thinking it was more. I was thinking of seven Scorch's expertise. But that's not who we're going with right now. So I think, ooh, damage on Django does sound enticing. We could put six damage on him with an expose, or we could start healing up our friends Sev and Scorch. And honestly, I think that's more useful. As sad as it makes me to forego some damage. So we're gonna do just three damage. We're gonna start with a shove. Whee! Shove Django back here. Okay. We're going to, if we follow up that shove, where's my range 2 tool? Ah, if we follow up that shove, we don't really need to. We don't need to get cute. So we won't follow up the shove. We'll just stay here, use our three heals to heal off the two damage on 7 Scorch. And then we're going to advance, shaboing, hit this ladder, come on up here. It will come up there, I guess, to be a bit more protected from Mr. Tamsin, because I don't want him to fit in there easily. Though it's tight. Yeah, okay. Well, that might give me a fighting chance. And because Fixer wins tie breaks, we'll flip that and score three. Not loving it, but we're still in this. So we could either draw Rift Tamsin right now, or that's it. It's just Riff. Yeah, I was like, the math isn't working here. So we draw Riff, or we go with No Siree. What would Riff do? He's pinned is his problem. So if he heals the pin, jumps up, there's not a spot here, so he'd have to like shoot at. He does have a range 3 attack, and he does get pretty easy heals actually. So maybe first action he'll just shoot Fixer, try to get at least one shove, and then there will be space for him to come up there. Versus No Siree would do not a whole lot. He'd come up here. I'm just trying to think if this is like a good time for No Siree. Then I mean he could just advance. He would dash himself, maybe take cover, climb. That's not ideal. So I think it's Riff, because otherwise, if we delay Riff next turn, he might not be as useful here, and then the pin matters more. So yeah, since we have a good way to get rid of the pin, let's go with Riff. He's going to start by 7 dice is going to go to 8, thanks to No Siree with this Aquadroid nearby. Shaboom. At range, that's going to be 2 crits and 4 hits into Fixer. 2 crits and 4 hits. Ooh, very good. Well, he's getting 4 blocks, so only 2 getting through, but that's all Riff. Oh, no! I was going to say that's all Riff needed, but the shove is on a different side than the heals. Oh, I have goofed. I've goofed a little bit. Uh, it's fine, because I'll still be able to move there, so I'll do 2 damage with a strain. A strain isn't bad. And I get 2 heals, so I'll take off the expose and the pin. A strain on Fixer means that he'll take a bunch of damage if he tries to, give his friends dice, and I don't mind that. But unfortunately, we don't get to shove Fixer anywhere, but then Riff will just pay 1 for a jump, because now that he's healed his pin, and then he still has a second action left that we haven't used yet, so he's going to climb up to here, and then that will be 2 bodies to 1. We'll flip that. I'll put him a little more central. We'll flip that and score another 3. Let's see what the Republic gets. Sev and Scorch. Okay. I don't want to pay to reserve these guys and get a Shatterpoint that's going to be meh. So we'll say this guy dashes towards this Aquadroid. We'll say This guy dashes towards, I don't know, Riff. We'll go a little bit to the side. Then the question is, who is going to benefit from the extra dice from Fixer? We would need 5 damage, which is 4 successes to take care of these Aqua Droids. And we only need 1 success for the shove. So let's add it to the Aqua Droids. So Sev is going to punch, or not punch, shoot, and we'll add 2 dice. So 9 dice into an Aqua Droid. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. That's not bad. The Aqua Droids are only rolling 4 defensive dice. Oh, but they get 3 blocks! I think 4 down the tree is what we needed, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Strange shove pin. So 5 down to 4. Yeah, 5 down to 4 will be enough. We're going to shove this guy like so. Do we follow up? Yeah, let's follow up because, oops, sorry. Because I'm not really scared of this objective being taken by Nosari on his turn, and this way we can maybe like join our buddy here. And then the second attack, I guess we toss that into maybe Django because he's pinned. If we shove Riff back here, Nosari just dashes him back up. So yeah, second shot into Django. I think we'll be okay on the angles. I think we'll be okay. Though his defense is a little bit better than Riff's. 7 dice. Oh no! That's a lot of fails. We'll probably get nothing through. That's going to be 3 hits. And 2 blocks. Okay, bad rolls from both of them, but we get the 1 success we need, which is going to be a damage and a shove. And let's hope this angle works out. Yeah, we got it. So we'll go out this way. And then the question is, the next question, whoops. Oh, actually, I was going to say, am I going to have range to climb? I might, but since I didn't use anything on this attack, I might as well use supporting fire dash. I'll say I dash him over there, and then we'll climb up over to here. That's 2 bodies, plus we have the tiebreaker. So very nice from Scorch. This is, we control that. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we've got to go with Nosari. Oh, dang it. Riff, when he was pinned, I could have cleared the pin anyway with blood in the water. So when the B1's attacked. So what we'll say is that Riff, when he got his heal, instead of healing a pin that he didn't have at the time, we'll say he healed another damage instead. So, oh darn, oh darn. New units. I have not played tons of Riff yet, if I'm being honest. So, Scoundrel, or I don't know why I just said Scoundrel. I mean, Nosari is both, I think, Separatist Alliance and Scoundrel. So he's coming up here with his own tactic. And then we're going to shoot. Who are we going to shoot? Fixer seems like maybe the easy mark. Oh! I forgot I used the Fixer dice to shoot the Aquas. So now they are at... so now he's at 5 damage because of that strain. Oh dear! Well, I think... maybe I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, let's shoot Fixer because we might pretty easily get the wound. And we can add 2 dice because we've got Aquas and Riff nearby. So this is going to be an 8 dice attack into our boy Riff, or our boy Fixer. 8 dice. That's a pretty good roll. 5 hits and 2 crits. I think we need Fixer to go 5 for 5 here. He is going to go 3 for 5. So I think I had, 7. He blocks 3, so 4 down the tree. Well, unfortunately, because I do want that reposition, we're going to just beeline the middle. 4 damage. We're going to have a heal. We'll take the heal before the reposition. So we're going to take the pin off of the Aqua Droids. Then we're going to do our reposition. No siree, what a Chad. Uh-oh, no, maybe he's not a Chad. Because I didn't measure well enough. Okay, well, it's not ideal. Yeah. I mean, I could still just come back and take this middle objective. It's like, do I want... It is kind of nice having him in the middle of the board for his aura. And I am about to actually shuffle him back, so he's not going to be shootable for a while. So yeah, you know what? Because I didn't realize I wasn't going to cross there. I was playing too fast and not measuring. So he'll take his reposition over there, and then his second action will just be a climb. Yeah, so yeah, plenty of distance for that. Keeps him in range. Then we've got 2-1 now that Fixer is wounded. Comes over there, and we're feeling great about life. Okay, score 1, 2, 3, and the Separatists will get to refresh their deck. Alrighty, so we know this is the Shatterpoint, and I've got plans. So, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Oh, and now Fixer Dice cost extra. Oh well, so I can either pay for Fixer Dice or, yes, more explosives. Alrighty, so we'll start with their Tactic Dash. We'll say this guy dashes towards Dooku just to come over like this. Then we're going to say this guy dashes towards, I don't know, Riff. So he'll come like this. Okay. Now, let's start with a punch. And this is, I think, where we use... Oh, no! I'm thinking, is this where we use... No, we don't use the extra dice. Yeah, that was my plan. Here is where we use supporting fire dash, because No Siree does not have very good defense anyway. So we'll hopefully punch him and use supporting fire dash to get down here so we can advance over to here. Alrighty. It's all in the plan. We're going to do just a 6 dice punch. That is not too bad. That's going to be 5 hits. No Siree is rolling... Oh, he is a little bit better in melee. He's blocking 2, so 3 down the tree is exactly what we wanted, because now we put him on 4 damage with a strain. If he tries to add any more dice, he is going to be wounded, so he is not going to want to do that. I got to remember to not accidentally trigger that in my stupidity, because that would be very, very sad. I think I've got to shove him this way to avoid, just because of this ladder thing. Then I'm going to use supporting fire dash. This ladder, oh my goodness, it should be like that. I'm trying to think, will I have space? Oh dear. These things are usually pretty tight. I think I'll have space. So I'll say I dash down, hit the ladder. Okay, yeah, definitely have space there. Alrighty. So that was the supporting fire dash. I could have maybe gone around here and tried to advance over this way, but it felt tight. I think I probably wouldn't have made it. So I'm okay with that. And then this guy, so Sev, is going to shoot Sharkman, and here is where I will spend the 1 force for extra Fixer dice. So we will add 2 more dice. Ooh, is it 2 more dice, or is it just 1 more dice? No, boss is in range. So yeah, 2 more dice. So a 9 dice shot into Mr. Tampson. Take those out. Ooh, that's good. 6 hits, 2 crits. So 8 results. What is he going to roll? He is going to roll... Just basically getting 3 blocks. So that's a full tree. We don't want to wound him, because then this B1 would... Dooku could tell this B1 to dash and come up here. And we don't want that. So we will stop short of wounding Riff. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Keep him alive. And we get a couple heals, which I think we might actually be able to heal Kit. Oh, and last turn I should have regen... well, no. Someone was killed near Riff. I could have regen the force, but it wouldn't have mattered. So we are going to get that shove. So we'll shove him back this way. No, we want to go this way. Yeah. Shove him right to the edge, which, from what I was seeing, yeah, that is just barely short. which is good. We'll follow that up. This is probably going to be very hard to see on camera, so apologies. Oops. Does that get us into range of Kit Fisto? It does. So we're going to heal with our double heal at the end of the tree. We'll heal that off of Kit. And I guess we might as well heal the strain off of Rex. Oh, what a turn! We did it! We finally broke the stalemate, guys. Ooh, boy. Sorry. Sev, that's the problem with these terrain. It looks great. It's very fun to have all these levels, but then it is also just like hard to not bump everything when you're a clumsy guy like me. Okay, so that, and then he's engaged, so he's going to come over to here. Flip this, flip that. 7 Scorch, MVPs. Look at that. What a turn. Score 4. I'm feeling good as we refresh our deck for the Republic. Okay, the Separatists are getting Rift Hampson. Okay. Now things get tough for Rift. Maybe not. Okay. Depends how risky we want to be. Currently, I am engaged in melee. So, here's what I could do. And how many wounded enemies do I have within range 4 of me? I've got, looks like 2. Rex and Fixer. Do I have 2/12 as well? Oh, I do. Okay, well, I've got +3 dice. Let's get greedy. Because I'm pinned and strained, and that's annoying. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to attack. So first action, I'm going to punch Sev in the face with my 6 dice, but I get 3 from having enemy wounded units around. So that's actually going to become a 9 dice attack. That one's cocked. No, still a fail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2 more. So 7 hits and 2 crits. So 9 results. That feels good. We'll see what they roll. They roll 1 block. So we're going to get a full tree. Now, I have to get some heals. So we're going to do the bottom part. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do more heals. So let's do this in order. We're going to put a strain on them. That's good. We're going to heal them for... so we're going to heal Riff for his pin and strain. Then we're going to get a jump. So we're going to come down like this. Whee! Then I'm going to try and shove them. That goes away for steadfast. Then I'll try to shove them again. That gets them off the top, which will make it easier for me to take control of that. The problem with this play, unfortunately, and I'm thinking about this too late, is it does leave Riff more on the outskirts of the battlefield. I don't know. I just thought it was going to be fun to throw a bunch of dice and heal all my conditions on the verge of death. I get 2 more heals for 2 more damage, or for 2 damage. And so, yeah, we're doing a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down to 6 damage. 6 damage with a strain on 7 Scorch. Not bad. And then we're going to pay a force for hit and run. So he's going to get a reposition, because why not? And I will just move this ladder out of the way for a moment, because for me, I've agreed with my opponent, who is me, that we can move through ladders. So that's hit and run, and then look at this. Boom, move action, over to here, flip this. Is it incredible? Well, we only score 2, but now we can start maybe momentum farming. It's tricky. We'll see. That was maybe tactically not the perfect option, but it was fun. So let's see what the Republic can do in response. Boss. Okay. So does Boss just walk over and kill Mr. Sharkman? Yeah, this is also less no siree dice. Yeah, maybe I messed up. Yeah, oh darn. Alrighty. He will tell his compadres within 4 that they can dash, which is basically just Fixer. So where does Fixer want to go? What's more awkward for the Separatists? Probably if Fixer goes this way, that's more awkward. Whee! Okay, and then uh, he's going to take a damage to turn his dash into an advance. Whoops. And then he's sitting in wet work. So the question is, in wet work, I just need 2 successes right now to wound Riff. The question is whether I pay to blow up an objective first, knowing that I'm going to get the force regenerated, if I can get 2 successes. But maybe that's being a little cocky. I'm going to be a little cocky. Let's do it. I just did maybe a suboptimal play with the Separatists. Let's even it out with maybe a suboptimal play with the Republic. So I'm going to target the Dooku objective. Yeah. So my guy's going to dash. So I'm going to dash at 212. I don't know. Back this way. I'll dash them both back this way. Maybe I activate them and they come grab my home objectives. I don't want to go in here and wake up and be engaged. So they jump away. They get a hunker. Then that loses their strain when they move. Dooku's going to take 2 damage, and the B1s are going to take 2 damage. And honestly, softening up the B1s a little bit, not terrible. Okay, so now we're going to hope we don't look like a complete fool. We're going to punch 7 dice into Rift Hampson. Oh, I'm going to be a complete fool. That's 5 fails on my 7 dice. Okay, a hit and a crit. Yeah, 1 crit gets through, and I got 2 cocky, thinking that boss was all this hot stuff. He just does 2 damage, which does not wound Riff. And I used my blow-up ability that could have done it. Oh, I also could have focused. Oh boy. Oh boy. What a fool I am. What a fool I am. I got too carried away trying to be all exciting. Oh darn. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any way I can salvage this. I don't have 7 Scorch nearby. I don't have a coordinated fire. I have an action left that, I didn't use to focus for whatever reason. I guess I will just heal the 1 damage. And I'll still score 3 objectives. But I'm not feeling good about this anymore, with Riff still being alive. Dooku! Dooku could walk over here, punch these guys, climb up here, flip 2 objectives, and Separatists are feeling great. So let's do that. Who do I want to move? I will tell Django to move, and that will shake his pin. As Dooku is going to come up here and take this ladder. Then he's going to punch Sev in the face. Boom, boom, boom. With 7 dice. Oh, all my nightmares are coming true. 5 hits. That's going to be enough because they're only rolling 4 dice. And they go 1 for 4. Ooh! Outside of that 7 Scorch turn, things have not been going well on the Republic dice, but I don't like to blame dice, so, whatever. Let's use the reposition. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, because we got 4 successes. Down to 6, I guess. That is very much a wound. We're going to get a reposition, which we'll use to come over here and grab this ladder. And I'm just going to sit here because that keeps me out of engagement, which means my second action, I might as well just take a hunker. So this B2 down here is going to flip that objective. Dooku up here is going to flip this objective. We're going to score 1, 2, 3, 4. Both sides get a momentum, and Separatists are in the driver's seat. Oh dear. Okay, Rex. Sexy Rexy. can you flip 2 objectives for me? Because that's what I really need after I've made terrible, terrible decisions in life. The problem right now is that everything is dead. Fixer's dead, 7 Scorch are dead, 2 12th are dead. And it's really, really hard to flip objectives when everything is dead. Scoring one would be, or flipping one objective would be not great. I need to flip 2, and Rex just isn't going to do it. So I don't have that boss force regen, but so this could hurt, but we're going to pay 1, and instead we get Fixer, who is also not going to do it, I don't think. So, yeah, dang it. Okay. Okay, well, time to set up for the next struggle then. I don't see a world where Fixer is flipping multiple objectives, and if we don't flip multiple objectives, we're just done for. So let's just get some healing and stuff, and yeah, that'll be that. So we're going to heal 1 off nobody, really. I guess we take the strain off 7 Scorch, and then he dashes. Then we're going to focus and punch this B1 in the face with 8 dice. That is a fantastic roll. Take note, boss. That's going to be 3 crits and 5 hits. No, turn off a block. Turn off a block, 4 hits, 3 crits. So 7 and turn off a block. Can the B1s even get a block? No. So that's going to be a full tree. Where were all these heals when people needed healing? So instead we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. We do get a shove first. Can I take them out of contesting range? We'll see. I think maybe. This big base. So we shove. We'll say we follow up. They are out of contesting range, so they take all 7 damage, which means they will become wounded. Then we're going to, we get a reposition, so I don't even have to use supporting fire. We also expose the B1s, which is great because they have nasty defensive expertise. We flip that. We score a measly 2. Man, if only I wasn't greedy. If only I wasn't greedy as heck. Then, yeah, it's time for the Separatists. They just need a kill or to flip 1 objective. Aquadroids, well, they can maybe do both. Honestly, this might also be a bit cheeky, but I actually feel like maybe Aquadroids are good to save, and with all the, reserve mechanic shenanigans that Separatists have, I don't feel terrible about reserving them here. Just I feel like they're going to be more potent if we wait until the next struggle and then kind of go where we're needed. Because I think a lot of people are going to be able to win this struggle for us on this turn. Famous last words. No siree. Okay, well, he might be the one guy who can't. But who just mentioned order reserve shenanigans? Opportunistic usurper. So I've got a card in reserve. I can put that card on the top or bottom of my order deck. So the question is, do I want to leave Aquadroids for the bottom of my deck, or do I put them on the top? Nah, let's put them on the bottom, because maybe I'll get B1s. Nah, I got Django. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, everybody. Don't worry. I'm just thinking if we use a heal action, if we, pay for a jump, use a heal action, shoot. The problem is, yeah, I might not get back onto the objective. Yeah, unfortunately, because I'm not quite in range of Nosuri, I can't, I'm not in a great spot to heal him. So yeah, we're just going to start by, is it a punch or is it a shot? It's a punch, unfortunately, into Fixer. That's going to be a crit and 2 hits. Fixer is going to block 2 of those, so 2 damage will get through. Then we're going to pay 1 force to capture wire him, so pull and a pin. This does move him more towards the middle, which I don't love, but is what it is. Whee! Bonk. And then Django is going to dash over here. This is good, though. It means we've got some control on our order deck going into the next struggle. Because, yeah, we're scoring 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be the end of the struggle. Struggle 1's really important in this, and yeah, we might be in a pretty decent spot for struggle 2. So join me for that in just a moment. Alrighty, the new layout is we're going to need a new exit, and as the Republic, I decided I wanted two closer to my side. That just felt better than putting a couple over there. We're going to see what the double is. It's here with where Riff is. Hopefully we can get a kill on him. But famous last words. Because obviously we've got one of our living bodies there. So the question is, do we use Rex in this scenario? He'd have to move closer to Riff, then shoot him, kill him, maybe get punched by an Aqua Droid, and then have to move back over to take this other objective. Yeah, that seems fine. Versus, let's see, we could, we could just use his tactic on Kit. Yeah, because Kit's nice and tanky. And then he just moves himself, shoots, and then, I don't know, just hangs around. Uses supporting fire dash to get into a better position. Yeah, that seems decent. So, yeah, we'll go with Rex. Honestly, yeah, putting a couple bodies over here might be quite handy. So he's going to use his tactic on Kit Fisto. Then, the big question is where Rex wants to end this turn. Ooh, there is a ladder here. So, could he... Oh, no. I was thinking if he could, like, come over here and then use supporting fire dash. It's not really going to happen. Okay, so... What's the range on supporting fire? Oh, shoot. What's the range on supporting fire dash? Could go to here. Then I shoot Riff, maybe follow up a shove. Oh, but if I follow up a shove, I don't get supporting fire dash. So I don't see a world where I end in range of that other objective, so might as well try to come to this objective. So I'm just going to move to just barely get range 5 on Riff here. Then I will shoot him, and then hopefully get supporting fire dash, come down this ladder, and attack, or and join Kit Fisto here. So, 7 dice. What could go wrong? Rex is shooting Riff Tamsin, a crit, and 5 hits. So 6 results. Riff is oh boy! He blocks 5! So the 1 gets through, luckily. That was a close call. And we're going to do 1 damage to him. I won't shove him, actually, because I kind of like him there backstopping boss. Now, I get to do my trigger first before Dooku does his, so Rex is going to use supporting fire dash. Oops, because I had plenty. Come down here and join his friend, Mr. Fisto. And then I refresh to Force. And then the question is whether or not what he does with the attack. Do I make someone attack like Rex? Do I just take a dash to get him more in position? We know B1s might be coming up soon. Do we want to start sending one over here? They don't really need to go over here because they could advance, shoot, and get their reposition anyway. So I don't think that's that important. Let's toss 5 dice at Rex and just see if we can get some damage with this Aqua Droid. 4 hits. 4 blocks. There we go. Nice. That's going to be that then. So Republic will take control of this, and they're going to score 3. So these Separatists are going to have to decide, do we really want to contest this struggle? We'll find out. Well, that's a good start, if they maybe do want to, because the double is over on the open objective. No sirree. Do we want to wake him up? Because I can't really use his ability right now, and I don't have a great way of healing him. But I think I save him for now. If I'm really tossing, I'll do it on the last turn of this struggle. Shatterpoint, I don't think I want the Shatterpoint. I'm going to shuffle it back to get the B1s. And then I've either got Shatterpoint or Aquas next, which are both should be decently strong activations. So, we can just do a bit of setup with B1s. They're going to wake up, and they're going to do what B1s should always do, spread out, so that I never get their combat AI protocols. This guy's going to come over this way, and he's going to, yep, and then this guy is going to come over this way. And then I'm actually kind of torn because I want this guy to get the reposition, and it would be kind of hard to do that if I shoot Fixer. It'd be harder to do that shooting Fixer than shooting 212. But hey, screw it. If I can damage Fixer, that would be good. So 7 dice. So this guy's going to shoot Fixer. That, pretty good. 2 crits, 2 hits. Oh, but Fixer has crit mitigation. But he's only blocking 2 with that roll. Yeah. So 2 get through, so that's going to be 2 more damage on him, plus a reposition. So this B1 is going to go, hit the ladder, come on up the ladder, and try to, hang out here, I guess. There's not really any great spots for him. I guess he'll kind of body block the ladder there. Okay. And then this guy will shoot Rex to try to just put some bodies on this objective for a future turn. So we've got 4 hits and a crit. 4 hits and a crit. Rex is blocking 2. So 3 are getting through. That's going to be 4 damage, a reposition, and exposing Rex. He is not going to like that. And we get our reposition, so we'll bring him up. And let's see, that one's not going to come up next round, so if need be, we want to be able to bring our guy back this way, so we'll put him over there. Okay, so we don't flip that. We do take control of this objective, score 2, and gain a momentum. So we haven't really committed either way on this this struggle yet. Fail is going to be back there with Rift Hampson. Oh, if we could get 212 here. 7 Scorch. Oh, I'm really running low on force, so I should probably just use 7 Scorch. Yeah, this is fine. This is okay. Because putting a guy here is not bad for next round. I could maybe steal this, put a couple shots into B1s and maybe wound them. That seems decent. Do I punch Nosiri in the face? Nah. We're just going to dash. Well, I have to dash towards somebody. So I'll say I dash towards this B1, and honestly, I just kind of go like that. Just to have more than distance 1 there. Okay, and then this guy's going to, Scorch is going to dash, hit the ladder, come on up. And before I come on up, I just want to look. Okay, so he'll come there so that I'm shooting the B1 rather than punching. Now let's do some attacks. So let's start with this guy attacking this B1. 7 dice. Oh, I can't shoot. Well, yeah, right. I would have had to go in for the punch. That's not a great attack. 3. I think that means that is the turn off a block. Yeah. So turn off a block and 3 hits. But this is B1s we're talking about. So yeah, they turn off that block, and then all 3 hits will get through. This is the problem with Separatist supports, is they have a decent amount of health, but they are just so bad at defending. So it's very easy to shove them away and stuff. Let's do a disarm. Oh no, I didn't even think about this. Because of my angle, I might not even be able to shove them off. Uh-oh. In which case, because I don't know if a large base can fit down there. I've messed up! Well, that's fine. Let's do a strain then. Let's go across the top. So we're going to do 4 damage down to 3 with a strain. We'll see if this shove works. No, it's too fat, so he's going to hang out here. We will follow up. Okay, and then this guy's going to shoot a B1. Also 7 dice. Not... well, I mean, it's B1's defending, so we might be fine. 4 hits and a crit. They block 1. Let's do 6 damage down to 5, maybe? Or do we do 1, 2, 3, 4 with a double shove, get him off the objective? Yeah, let's get him off the objective. So 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. I think all 4 should go through if we shove this correctly. So first shove, we'll go out to the side. Then second shove will go out to the side again. Easily. Yep. And then we're going to get a climb out of it too. And that leaves them on 7 with a strain, so they're not super useful either. And I'll use my climb to come back here, I guess. And I still have another action. Because I was thinking I might have to save something for moving. I don't really know what to do with my other action because I can't take a hunker. I have nothing to heal. I guess I'll take a heal action and take the expose off of these 212s down here, who also should have lost their hunker when a B1 came through. Alrighty. So I unfortunately don't flip the objective because I was silly and didn't think about how fat the B1 bases are. But I do score 3, and that'll be that. Expertise, so it's going to stay... No, it's going to come back over here. That's good for the Separatists. So I'm either going to get Shatterpoint or Aquas. And honestly, both of those could go take that objective, which is kind of puts me in a good spot, I think. So let's do it. Aquadroids. So we're going to... Yeah, we've got the Force. We're one with the Force. The Force is with us. So they're going to wake up. They're going to pay 2 Force there for their dash and focus. They like getting into melee, so let's go... Oh, they're... You can tell I don't play with big bases a lot, because I forgot there's not a lot of space going on here. Yeah, there's not going to be space for me to really lay into boss. That could be an issue. That could be an issue, but at least it gets me bodies out here. Yeah, and it's better than going with a Shatterpoint, so I'm still going to activate them. The question then is, do I bring them back here and actually try to fight for this struggle? I might not want this struggle to go on too long because I might just lose all of my support if this is a long struggle too that I eventually lose. Right? My B1s are close to dying. These guys might get popped if boss activates. So let's go here and take our chances. Okay, so oops, dash focus. Okay. And then I would love to be in melee instead of shooting, but again, I don't think there's going to be enough space there. So let's shoot boss a couple times. Let's start with this guy down here. 8 dice into boss. That's going to be 4 hits, 2 crits. Pretty good. 4 hits, 2 crits. He is blocking 3. So 3 get through. That's going to be, I said it was the guy down here. So that's going to be 4 damage with a shove and a dash. Of course, wounding boss is not always what you want to do anyways. These guys don't do a lot of conditions. So we're going to shove him like so. And then we're going to dash. I don't know. Do we just dash here and maybe put a body... Again, just space out our bodies if we're kind of thinking about next struggle. Oops. We might as well go there because maybe we still climb up later. And then this next guy is also going to shoot boss with 8 dice. That is much worse. 4 hits. Well, the good thing is he's in the expertise that is more about crit mitigation. Haha, see? He only blocks 2 because there's no crit to turn off. So 2 down the tree again is going to be 3 more damage. We're going to shove him out to the side. I don't think we want to follow up. I think even if the angle is bad, we could just try to fail it. So yeah, we'll try to shove ourselves this way, basically go nowhere. Then we have a move action. So can this guy get there? I've got a big base. Yeah, the problem is overhanging there. Let's just leave this guy there. Again, kind of setting up for next struggle. So he'll move there, and then his buddy will... Oh dear, I'm just knocking everything. His buddy is going to climb up over to here. I could follow up with Riff if I want to pay 2 force. So I'd pay 2 force to like jump down, get a kill, probably regen 1 force. But I don't know if I need to kill boss right now. All that means is when he activates, maybe on the Shatterpoint or something, he gets a bunch of dice, and then he's hard to kill. But then he can't use his bomb explodey boy. Yeah, we won't. We'll save the force. Um, and we will flip this and score 3, and we're going to just keep farming momentum. Again, I don't actually know if a long struggle 2 is useful for us as the Separatists. It is, I mean, if we can win, it's great. So Kit Fisto, what is the double, though? It's block. That's highly convenient. It's right where Kit Fisto is. The problem, though... Oh, no, because if I just kill B1s, then I flip this objective anyway. Yeah, that's fine. And I was also thinking scoring 2 might not be an issue, because right now the Separatists are just farming momentum, and it's annoying. So I'll activate Kit. He's just going to walk up here and punch a B1 in the face with 7 dice. And we'll see how that turns out. I think it's going to turn out badly for the B1. That's going to be 2 crits, 4 hits, I think. Yep, 2 crits and 4 hits. So that B1 is going to have a bad day. Hey, they blocked 2, though, so only 4 down the tree. So let's give them a strain and a couple shoves and 6 more damage. I'll just toss a 5 on them. Boom. Get ourselves a momentum. Oh, they're already strained, too. Okay. And we're going to shove them a few times. And alrighty. So that's that. They're not a secondary or anything, so no Dooku triggers. We'll score 3. So before we decide what to activate with the Separatists, what do the Republic have left? They've got 2/12, and they've got 2/12, and they've got their Shatterpoint. I'm just trying to think if there's actually a way out of this struggle. Well, let's see what the double is first. The double, oh man, this is tempting. The double is something I control. Yeah, the Shatterpoint's just not doing enough for me. So I'd rather maybe save the Shatterpoint. If I just score 2, it's quite possible. Well, we'll both start the next struggle with the Shatterpoint, but hopefully I can out Shatterpoint the Republic, perhaps. We'll see. So No Siree, let's try with No Siree. He is going to... now I have to remember all my layouts for the last struggle. We've got that. We've got that. We've got the lines. We've got and that one. So honestly, Separatists are kind of already in a decent spot for a bunch of those. Maybe I just want to bring No Siree back here. So he's going to... The question I'm solving now is, do I want to move anybody with the reposition? And the answer might be yes. Let's actually move Riff just to get him more central. Then we're going to first action heal. Part of me says come here in case these 2/12 shoot Django, but then they just shoot No Siree. Okay, I'm just going to move here with my second action. I don't love it. I admit I don't love it. To score 2, get a momentum. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It feels like I don't feel great going into struggle 3, but I don't feel great prolonging this struggle either. I feel like I'm on the back foot. The B1s are going to explode. I don't want the Aquas to explode too, and yeah. Okay, let's see what the double's going to be. Expertise. Okay, that's good. Well, I mean, that's fine. That's usable. What's the draw? Shatterpoint. I'm just going to be lazy. What's the next thing? Yeah, 2/12. Right. So, no, I'm going to spend 1 to shuffle the Shatterpoint back so I can start next round with it. Get the 2/12 instead. Let's use our crit heavy attacks on Django. So first action, we're going to attack, and then we'll move into position. So, first shot, this guy going there, 6 dice. That is 2 crits, 2 hits. That's about all I could ask for. Django's going to block all the hits, so 2 crits getting through is going to be 2 damage, a pin, and a shove. So that puts Django up to 6 damage. So if we get that same roll, he will be wounded. Let's follow up. Okay, and then the next guy will shoot Django. 6 dice. I think that's just 2 crits. Yep. So it doesn't really matter what Django rolls. He can't block anything. So 2 crits get through again. We're going to double up on the pin. So that's going to be 3 damage and a wounded Django. Oh, I forgot to. I followed up the shove, but I forgot to shove him. So then I shove him again, double up the pin. Now he's wounded. So that's 1 less body on an objective here for the Separatists, which is good. And it gets me the momentum I need to actually close out the struggle. So what do the Separatists want to do? We regen 2 force, so we're going to have a lot of force actually for the Shatterpoint. So Django could still be the Shatterpoint, I guess. Do we want to attack boss? Because they're going to have a guy over here. Fixer could move him. Maybe it's worth going for the kill on boss, but I still think maybe just saving him for later might be the way to go. Rex is on 4 damage with an expose. Maybe we want to go after Rex. Just a nice little shot into Rex. Because I don't think I can reach Fixer. Yeah, let's just shoot Rex again. Keep him softened up, maybe even get a kill. 5 dice into Rex. 3 hits and a crit. He blocks 1, I think. That'll do it. So he's no longer exposed. We got 3 down our tree. That's 4 damage. No, I needed 1 more. 4 damage with a shove dash, but I pretty much like where I am. I'll just kind of go like that. So 4 more damage on Rex. So he's very close, but not dead yet, unfortunately. Okay. Maybe I should have moved like a B1 more into position for their next activation, but I'm planning to hopefully not activate them next round. We'll see. Scoring 3 for the Republic is going to be a victory for them in Struggle 2. Before we start Struggle 3, I did forget to do my second action with the 212, which the intent was put a body here and then put this body right on top of the objective. Just cover some more stuff that's likely to come up. Alrighty, then we can go to Struggle 3. See me in a moment. We got blast our way out for the final struggle, and I ended up taking this layout because I didn't want the Republic starting with 2 things. I didn't want to have to deal with Kit and Rex still on 1 objective. Here, the Separatists start in a great spot. We just have to deal with this guy. That should be doable enough. And the Aqua Droids, too, are in position to maybe come in here on a Shatterpoint or something, nuke him, get 4 points. And it's kind of in the rift zone as well. So that seems really good. What are we going to get for the double as we draw what we know is the Shatterpoint? It's the block. That's something that we're already controlling. So the question is, what's the best way to attack this objective? Does Dooku have range 4 on this guy? Oh, that's very close. Oh, I'd say yes. I'd say yes. In which case, we bring Dooku over because Dooku's sticky as heck. We use him to bring a guy down. Dooku comes down, punch this guy in the face. Maybe we wound them, maybe we double shove them. Either way, we secure this objective, and we've got a couple bodies there. Yeah. Oh, that feels so sad, though, that we don't get to use all of our fancy force. But oh well. Okie dokie. So, and I can use Nosari again because he is, he's not strained. So Dooku is going to pick the Aqua Droid. He's going to dash himself. He's going to dash the Aqua Droid. And then since we're going to go for a wound, let's focus with our first action, and then we'll attack with our second. And Nosari is going to add 2 more dice. So we're getting a 10 dice Dooku, which honestly, pretty scary. Four crits and 4 hits. Let's see what this 212 can do. Well, Okay, they can block all 4 hits. Is 4 crits enough to wound them? Not anymore, now that they have 7 damage. So 2 fantastic rolls. Um, okay, well, we'll double shove them with 7 damage, and they won't quite be wounded yet. That's acceptable, because that means we're still going to have really good control on this objective. So that and that, yep. And sure, we'll follow up, because that gets Dooku really nice and stuck in. Alrighty. Separatists are going to get 1, 2, 3 objectives, 4 points. Very nice. And we'll refresh their deck as the Republic will start their turn. The double is going to be fail. That's not good. That's going to be a tough one for the Republic to take. They get their Shatterpoint. So what I was thinking was maybe we use 7 Scorch to try to take these 2 objectives. Let's see. If we tried to take this objective, I'm not sure if we can, because Boss won't be able to move this guy. I guess the only way we would do it is with like a 2/12, but I don't have the force to move them, so I think we just have to live with the fact that we're not going to flip that one this turn. So let's go with 7 Scorch. This guy will stay where he is, basically on the dash. This guy's going to hit the ladder. Oops, alrighty. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Sorry, I forgot that 7 Scorch are currently not wounded. I was still thinking, oh yeah, they're wounded. But no, they're alive. So this was not scored last turn, and it's just 3 points for the Separatists. Okay, that's fine. We can live with that. That actually makes this 2-point play more palatable. Alrighty, so we go down, we hit that. Boom shaboom. Okay. This guy, yeah, stays where he is. Then we're going to do a move action. Come over to here. Then we're going to hopefully still, yeah. So my hope is to like shove, do some follow-ups. Actually, we'll say we moved like more like that. Follow up, then coordinated or supporting fire dash if we can get the shoves there. Okay, so let's start with a punch into No Siree. Yeah, the problem is I can't kill No Siree because then this guy would be able to dash and like get away from me before I can show him before I can show him I'm being business. So I'm just looking here. Where would I get my extra fixer dice? I could get 1 extra against this Aqua Droid, which is the important shot. So we'll just do our normal 6 dice punch here against No Siree. That is 4 hits. He's rolling 5 dice, so he could block everything, but let's be honest, he's not. We're going to do just 2 damage, because again, we don't want to wound him. Unfortunately, this means we're not going to put a strain on him, which makes us very sad. And a single shove. So that will... Ooh, can we... Yeah. Oh, that was very close. And yeah, that was well within the angle. Okay, this is the shot now. And we are going to pay... We're not going to use it for anything else. So we'll pay our last force to do the fixer dice. And by dice, I mean die. So just an 8 dice attack. Oh, no! I'm not going to do that. Because I need that trigger available for coordinated fire dash. So I'm just going to have to natty this. 7 dice. That's terrible! That's 3 fails! But, I mean, they still have good expertise. So 3 hits, 2 crits. I can't really complain. Aqua Droids are blocking 2 of the 5. That's perfect because we needed to get 3 through for that double shove. So we're going to do 3 damage down to 2. We're also going to disarm them, which is pretty handy. You know what? I'll be kind to myself. Since I knew I was supposed to do the
I couldn't do the fixer dice there. I'll just say I paid 1 for the pin on No Siree from my 212. I'll be kind to myself there for being so stupid. We'll just shove, and then we're going to follow up something like that. Then we're going to shove again. Whoop, and then we're going to. The problem here is that with this play, if because I think Django is. Oh, I don't have to care about Django. Oh, and No Siree is not. Okay, I was worried if these guys died, the Separatists would flip both points, but that won't happen unless it's like Django comes and kills them or something, which I mean he can do. So he's in range. So yeah, supporting fire dash comes over there. That's fine. That's where we want to be. So we're going to flip this. We're going to take control of this. We're going to score 2 and gain our momentum because it's still on the Separatist side. Alrighty, what are our Separatists going to get? And what is the double? The double is fail. So that is one of the ones they don't control. And it is their Shatterpoint. Ooh. So Riff isn't doing a whole heck of a lot over here. No one's probably doing a whole heck of a lot over here. Django can at least flip me this point, and he's kind of sturdy. So, yeah, I guess we'll go with Django and just spend a bunch of force. So he's going to wake back up, pair 2 force, and we're going to capture wire 7 Scorch, giving them a pin, and pulling them this way. Ooh, I mean, if we pull them this way, it's easier to kill them. Does it matter for him? No, he would still wound them either way. So let's pull them this way so that they're not on the correct level of the objective. And they still might be out of contesting range. Yep, perfect. And then we're going to focus. That gives us a jump. And then we're going to shoot them. So that's going to be 7 dice because of the focus. And then we might as well use No Siree for an extra die. So 8 dice, Django. Ooh, no, that's a bad roll. That's a very bad roll. 3 crits and a hit. No, 3 hits and a crit. I wish it was 3 crits and a hit. They block everything because they turn a crit down to a hit, and then they block 4. So nothing gets through. But hey, here's the great thing about Django. We still flip the objective. We still score 3. Not my favorite Shatterpoint, but it worked. Boss. Oh, boss. You're not going to do anything this turn. That's the problem. Because if I blow up this objective, Dooku's still outnumbering me. I can't move a friend. So boss is not going to do enough for me. Oh, what's the double? That's important. The double is expertise. So it's all the way over here. I think boss could be useful at some point. Now is not that point. I'm going to reserve him. And instead I get Rex. The question is, do I bother moving these 2/12 if they're just going to die? I mean, I guess I at least make the Separatists think about having to wound them. Because if I can put that body here, then I can threaten a boss activation where I come and kill these guys. So, yeah, we'll use the Rex tactic to move a 2/12 back onto this objective. Whee! Okay. No hunker for him, unfortunately. Then we're probably going to have to. If we can get a couple shoves, then we can advance, save ourselves some force. Yep, so we're just going to start by shooting Django. And 1 force for 1 die just doesn't seem good enough as much. No, 2 dice, because I have 7 Scorch there. So yeah, I'll spend the 1. Instead of spending 2 for a defensive maneuver, I'm going to spend 1 for Fixer. So I'm going to roll 9 dice into Django. That is 4 crits and 2 hits, thanks to the Rex expertise. So that's great. 4 crits, 2 hits. He blocks the 2 hits, so 4 crits are getting through. We're, of course, going to go down the bottom of the tree. So that's 3 damage, double shove with a pin, and also 2 heals if Yeah, I guess we can use that on ourselves or something. So first shove, we're just going to put Django. We'll put him back this way. Whee! And then follow up. And then we're going to shove Django again. Back this way. Here, I can just measure from. Oh, dang it. I thought I could measure from there, but oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Does that put him out of contesting range if someone wants to come and kill? Yeah, come and kill Rex. So Rex will follow up. He's going to heal himself for 2 damage, and then he'll advance, hit this ladder, and flip the objective. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Score 3, gain another momentum. What's going to be the double then for the Separatists? The block. That is over here. Okay. Well, I mean, they can try to come and take this objective. No siree. He cannot take that objective. Can he take this objective? He's pinned and disarmed and engaged with someone who's not wounded. Let's reserve him. He is not going to do much for us right now. Who do we get instead? Aquadroids. Okay, that's usable. That's usable. Because I start by dashing. If I don't get the wound or the shoves I need, then I just climb and get onto this objective. That leaves me vulnerable here, but so be it. So, I'm really spending force though. Someone needs to hurry up and kill Nosiri so that I can get some force back. Alrighty, so pay 2 for the dash and focus. So this guy's going to come this way. And then this guy's going to come this way. Yep, alrighty. And we'll start with this guy punching. So that's going to be... Oh, I'm disarmed. So let's start with a shot, actually, because their expertise is worse. So 8 dice with a shot. And that's that. Okay, 4 hits. Not great. 4 hits. They are blocking. Oh, if they were exposed, that would have been good, but they are not exposed. So that's going to be... oh, they're pinned. Okay, well, that's handy. 2 blocks and a climb. They're not going to get the climb because they're still going to be engaged. So that's going to be 3 damage down to 2. And the shove, they're not going to be shoved because they are steadfast, but I will use this shove to follow up, which is important because now I can easily climb onto that objective. Alrighty, and then we're going to punch with 7 dice. No, 8 dice because they have impact. And here I will add no siree 1 extra die. So that'll be 9 dice. Oh dear. Now they're rolling like the Republic early. But they get 2 on 1, so that's actually not bad. 5 hits and a crit. Blocking only 1, so that's a full tree. I would need 7 damage down to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I cannot do 7 damage. Huh. Okay, well, that's sad. And I would do 1 less damage if I go for the double shove. So we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, down to 5. With a disarm, I get a shove and a dash, but I'm pretty happy where I am. Oh, if only Django had done some damage to the to 7 Scorch, they'd be wounded right now. And then second action, we'll do a move. So this guy is just going to climb. And you know what? Let's get this guy. Now, this is a fine spot. So they'll kind of sit like that. And they'll outnumber him 2 to 1. And that'll be that. Expertise is over here. Okay, so I think I just have to do this with a gun, unfortunately. So he's the only Delta Squad member within 4. He's just going to dash himself up here. Then I'm going to shoot. Oh, you know what? I will come a little bit further to try to get range 3 on my buddy 7 Scorch in case I need to pay 2 force for them to do a follow-up attack. Because I really would like to get the wound here. Boss, he's staying in wet work. He is getting 2 extra dice, so that's going to go up to 8 that's going to go up to 8 dice because he gets 6 at range natively. And then because this is a very important roll, we're going to pay 1 for a measly 1 die from Fixer. Okay. So he'll shoot this guy, let's say. This guy. I don't think it really matters. Okay. This is maybe workable. So we've got, I think that he gets 2 on 1 there. Yeah, so we're looking at 5 hits and 2 crits. So 7 results. They're blocking 3, so he gets 4 down the tree. That's just enough. 7 damage down to 6 with a disarm and a strain. That gets them wounded again. Okay, now Separatists are in a bad spot because both of their supports have been double wounded. Then Boss is going to refresh to force. And then he's going to think about, do I blow up an objective? No, I still have so many units left. I should save this force. So he's going to come... second action, just move, hit this objective, outnumber Dooku. We flip that, and then Sev flips this. Oh, what a game. Okay, score 4. Both sides gain a momentum, and it's over to the Separatists. Block. That is back here. Oh, I might have looked at the wrong card earlier when I was looking at the double. Oh, well. Over there. Okay. So, I should cover up the side I'm not using. That would be the smart way to do it. There we go. So, no siree. Best case scenario is maybe knock Rex away, but that's very difficult. And that would score me 1 point, because he could move Riff. That doesn't do anything. So I have to... Oh, no. This is actually not... Actually, this is the time to draw B1s. Because I just need to do 1 damage each to these guys, body the objectives, and then I'll flip 2 objectives in this turn. So actually, an amazing time to draw B1s. They are going to remove their disarm when they wake up because they don't care about being strained. They're about to trigger it, so I'll just leave 3 damage on them. That won't matter. They're going to start with a move action. This guy is going to come over here. So I also need the repositions. That's the thing. And actually, well, will this guy even make it to the ladder? We will try. I think he will. Yeah, easily. Okay, alrighty. Which one of these is going to be harder? Both of these guys are pretty much the same defensive profile. I get more bang for my buck using No Siree over here. So let's start over here. This B1 is going to attack Sev, and we'll use the No Siree dice, which are still free, because I haven't actually wounded him yet. And that's going to be 7, 8, 9 dice. That is a lot of expertise. So 6 hits and a crit are blocking 3 of the 7, so 4 down the tree. We'll do a strain expose with 4 damage down to 3. Boom. They get their second wound. I will get a momentum for that. Then I also get my reposition in all of that, so I'm just going to come here. The placement doesn't matter too much. Then this guy's going to shoot placement matters in that I should stay in range 3 of Riff. Oh, speaking of Riff, I regenerate a force because someone just died who's close to me. That's actually very handy in case I flub this roll. So this B1 is just 7 dice attacking the 212. 7 for 7. And the B4, the B The 212 blocks 4, so just 3 down the tree. That's going to be 4 damage. That gets the wound, along with an expose. And we'll do our reposition up here. I'll take that momentum. Then I will flip this, B1s evaporate. What a turn. As they go down, the B1s take 2, well, really 4 clones with them. They wound both of the Republic supports. Now the Republic has both of their supports double wounded. Quite the game. Okay, what's the double going to be? So the Separatists score 3, and we're back into that favorable 3-3. Is there going to be a way that the Republic could come out of this scoring both of these objectives? There is a way. Fail. Fail, fail, fail. What is fail? I have it covered up with my dice thing. It's this. Alrighty. Well, good thing we have a lot of force. What's it going to be? 212. And I should have gotten a second force, another force regen for Riff from the 212th dying. This is going to be a very expensive turn. So I'll start by paying my... I'll wake up and pay 3 force. Oh, thank you, boss, for the regen. Yep. This guy's going to go just outside range 2 of Dooku, but still inside range 2 of contesting. This guy's going to come up and hit this ladder. Then he's going to advance and say thank you, Kit Fisto, because I am going to make use of coordinated fire dash in a moment. Alrighty. Okay, and then we'll do some shooting. This guy's happy where he is. So, 6 dice attacks. Who do we want to pin is the big question. I mean, if this guy can shoot Dooku, I guess that's great, but no, we can't. Pinning Rift Hampson isn't super useful. Aquadroids are basically never coming back. He'll just shed it when he wakes up. Okay. Yeah. I guess I just shoot... is there a world where I can go after... You know what? Here, yeah. What we'll say is I use the advance, come here, come up here. Oh, I have to think about this, though. Yeah, so come up here. I'm probably breaking so many rules right now with all these measurements I'm doing. But yeah, okay. So now we can shoot Dooku twice. Because I don't need to worry about being on the correct elevation. I'm going to explode after this turn. So we'll start with this guy, shooting with Dooku. Terrible roll. 1 crit. Can Dooku get an expertise? He can. So the crit goes away. We will use supporting fire dash to come down here. That will put us in contesting range. If I didn't flub my measurements, yeah, that's in contesting. This guy will shoot Dooku. 6 dice. That's better. 2 crits. No, 3 crits and 2 hits. 3 crits and 2 hits. So just 2 crits getting through. So that's going to be 2 damage, which that part doesn't really matter. But we do a pin and a shove, which I don't know, might matter, because then there's a world where we can punch him. He goes off of the objective, and he can't pay force to jump back on because he's pinned. He would just shake the pin. Okay, and then we flip this 2-1. We flip this 1-0, and the 212th explode. Everybody's exploding right now. But the important thing is we don't go back to the middle. We score 4. Alrighty, and now I also think it's going to be very hard for these separatists to score to flip multiple objectives, just because they've gone with Aquas and the Shatterpoint, so they don't have and the B1, so they don't have a way to activate 2 bodies. No siree, but no siree's not in a great spot for that right now. Okay, it's block. I really can't afford to score 1 this turn. If I score only 1, it goes to the middle, and then pretty much like a 66% chance that Republic just wins it next round. So I can't afford to go with no siree, so I'm going to hope it's Rift Hampson. It's Dooku. I think my best shot then is he should be pinned. So I will shake the pin. And then I think I need to hope to maybe attack and get a... Okay, I'm in melee. That's good news. That's very good news. I'm going to have to hope for a reposition to take me to this ladder so then I can cross there and score 2 against boss. So, yeah. Good thing I'm still in melee. So I'm going to roll. It'll be... So I've shaken my pin. Now it's 7 dice plus 1 from No Siree. So 8 dice into boss. That's a fantastic roll. That's going to be 4 crit... yeah. 4 crits and 3 hits. Boss can probably deal with one of the crits. Oh, 4 expertise. Uh, he deals with 3 of the 7 things. So 4 things get through for Dooku. And then boss is going to heal 1. So Dooku will do... let's say it's 7 damage with a shove. That wounds ya boy boss. We start... Yeah, unfortunately the timing is we have to do the reposition first before the shove. But I think... Whoops. I think we should be good. Oh, easily. So he's going to come up here. Then the next big question is whether he'll be able to get across on the correct level. And then I guess we shove boss backwards because, meh. And then, can Dooku... I don't... Ah, that's tough. Yeah, he's not going to be able to fit on the correct elevation. So he's going to go there, which gets us 2 points for now, but it means it's going to be pretty easy for the Republic to take that. If the Republicans score 4 here, then that's pretty much GG. Expertise is this one, so they're at least getting 3. But if they can activate Kit or Boss, so like the Shatterpoint, maybe even Fixer would do it, honestly. Kit, perfect. That's what I want to see. He's just going to pay my last force for force speed. Well, actually, before we do... No, we won't do that. We will just advance. Then we'll take cover. Yeah, we're way short. So then we'll pay our last force for force speed. Come here, flip the objective. Alrighty. So I've got to make sure I pay it. Okie dokie. That scores 4. Roll the double. Fail is up here. Once again, I can't afford to score just 1. So I guess I'll just draw and hope for No Siree, because Dooku... Maybe I should have left Dooku here. Oh, I messed up, because then I could activate No Siree right now and move Dooku. Let's say I did that. Let's say I was... When I realized that I couldn't take it on the correct elevation, let's say that I had a little bit of foresight. Okay, because who do I have left? I've got Riff. I've got Django. I've got Riff. I've got Django. Django would not be good right now. Riff would be fine. But no, we'll go with No Siree. So he's going to kind of do nothing over here. But he is going to tell Dooku, because Dooku is wounded, this is great to have someone in a Dooku list who can move him. He turns that dash into a reposition. And then No Siree, okay, the Bad Batch, Delta Squad there is not alive, so he doesn't have to, he's not really prevented from shooting. So, do I heal and then try? Yeah, let's do it. Let's try. Heal 1, so I'm going to heal the disarm, and then I'm going to attack Rex with my second action. No extra dice, because all the Aqua Boys are on the other side of the board, but 6 dice. 5 hits, that... Oh my goodness, is No Siree going to, like... actually flip 3 objectives on his turn? 5 hits? 2 blocks? No, because that's not enough for a double shove. because I can't. The reposition doesn't do anything for me. I'll do a single shove on Rex. Yeah, I needed 2 shoves. Okay, so we do that. We do that. We follow up. And then we'll heal our pin, I guess. So Rex takes 3 damage and gets a disarm. Oh! But Rex is almost dead! Rex is dead now! Okay! Because he was on the verge of death. So he takes 3 damage. He becomes wounded. That's a momentum for the Separatists. And now I am the only one contesting here. Oh, I'm not flipping all the points. Right, because Kit's over there. Oh, darn. I was so excited there for a second. I thought that I was going to do it. But that will probably not do it then. Because now it's only 3. Goes to the middle, both sides get a momentum. Dang it. Okay, well, no siree, you tried. Fail. That's the Dooku objective. Okay. That's so... Right now, then, if the Republic wants to win, well, we might as well see who they're activating. They don't have any force. Okay, well, they have the Shatterpoint. So, if the Republic wants to win, they either have to take this objective, that scores them 3, or they have to take that objective and get a kill. So that objective and get a kill, you could just wake Rex up, try to kill No Siree. But if all we need to do is take this objective, on the Shatterpoint, we will choose Fixer. He's going to heal himself from that pin, walk up here, advance, win a tiebreak with Dooku, score 3, and that's the game. What a game. Almost 2 full decks. Some maybe suspect choices in a few different points. 4 wounds on the support units. Or sorry, 8 wounds on support units. Every single support got wounded twice. Very cool. Yeah, lots of extra dice. Fun game. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been talking a lot, so I'm not going to do too much of a recap. MVP, it's maybe no. I mean, No Siree was pretty great, even in a losing effort. Because I don't know if there's any one standout for the Republic. They all kind of did some good stuff. But the Separatist attacks, like 10 Dice Dooku and such, felt really good. No Siree almost clutched it. I'll say No Siree is the MVP for the Separatists. Good job, buddy. Little Kraken man, little squid guy. All right, see you guys next time.